be the most prominent for either of these two schools, but it's one that can easily define season trajectories and put the victor on the path to the college football playoff. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Bringing it out. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there. So Florida's offense will get the first swing of the game. The last time these two met, it was all Bayou Bengals as they sort of took the fight out of the Gators.
And that was a game that LSU got out ahead early, and they never looked back. When this team starts to feel themselves and things start going their way, it is like a snowball that just keeps growing and growing and growing. When they're playing confidently, they're a very, very difficult team to beat, and they want to jump out to a quick start again against the Gators.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. There he goes. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Florida. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That is how you make a quarterback look good. Throw it short, run it a long way. He gets all the yardage for that play. Start the football game, finding your playmaker, and your playmaker does the rest, takes it to the house, and gets this offense started out on fire.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tigers offense has its first opportunity of the day. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
They'll try to run for it. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They'll try the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made.
He's got it on the left. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that
lofts one high indeed. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Gator!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play.
Yeah, when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
He'll bring it out. It's Charles. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And he's coming out of the end zone. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Give to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And here's a fumble way behind the line. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Plucks it out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Gators will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch around the 50. There he goes. Open it up. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Buys a little time. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Wants to go up top. He's got him in the flat. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free. The pursuit, wow, is so good defensively.
The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run the option. Touchdown Tigers! Great job by the back on the option.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Breaks into the open. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Entertaining 1st quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. When these two first met in 1937 in Baton Rouge, LSU shut out the Gators. Florida would notch the first road victory in this swampy series when they beat LSU on the Bayou in 1956.
And a lot of history between these two teams because...
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
It's such an advantage for a defense when you can add to your pass rush by blitzing guys, but especially when you've got a middle linebacker like that can collapse and push the pocket into the lap of the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense.
This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the...
Turning it on! And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
And the Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Rides the back on the option, the give. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the ground. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Man, this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
The Tigers will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU!
Wow, Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. To the ground with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's got him. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain. Fires to the right.
It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Well, the offense is trying to get aggressive. They're trying to hit the corner route, but just better coverage on the back end by the defense knocking that one away.
He wants to throw it again. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Middle Tennessee is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Jacksonville State. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his tight end. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later. Take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Tight end finds a soft spot. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the 1st.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This kicker brags that he can kick an 80-yard field goal. He'll settle for a 59-yarder here. And he rushes it right through the uprights. It's good from 59. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this 1st half. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The give to the tailback. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, seems like every time Florida and LSU get together, magic happens. And halfway through this one, the sparks have been flying.
And the Gators will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that.
There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. To the air on 1st down. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
Hands it off. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
The defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Across the 45. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He'll keep it himself. Breaks into the open. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play. Just a couple of yards short of the goal line.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
Trying play action. It's complete to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. So there was nowhere to go in the end zone there. That time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
Get set, get set.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Leaves it with the back. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half if they keep...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators will call on their punt team. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Makes the catch, it's Charles.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He's in the tight end in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Vanderbilt has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Nashville. They're up by 4 over Missouri. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off play action on first down. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Stroud. And his first pass is incomplete.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Now rolling to the left. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a 2nd and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
A lot of smite now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of the game.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not... As much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to pass. It's Stroud. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action. Using the quick game.
Third down coming up.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. And the missed connection on third down. The Gators line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The running back has it. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed, and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time he's got it. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They'll give it to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that's one of those as a quarterback. You're out on the perimeter of the field. You're trying to throw it in the end zone. You think you can fit it in there, but, man, you've got a lot of speed. Next time you're in that position, you might just decide to take off because you might just go score.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he got loose. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it on the sideline. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. To throw, it's Stroud. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Now the play fake. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
He's got the tight end, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone.
On the set.
Trying to pick up a first down.
Spider.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. Fielded in the end zone. It's Charles. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Goes to the option. Picks up the first down. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the chains for this offense. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally. And they showed that here today, dominating in all three phases. This is a team everybody needs to look at.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck that had to be a blown aside. It'll be 3rd and long. Running it to the right. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, the clock.
Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. Runs through a tackle. And no guts, no glory. They pick up the first down. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That one comes out hot down the right side. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit over.